Getting right to the meat and potatoes. I got to. Okay, look. I just got to because I'm irritated. My nostrils are irritated. You come around a few people. They try to just have a little refugee moment, but it's like, damn, can y'all not smell that? I can. If I'm able to smell it, and you guys can't, you guys are obviously immune to it, and that's a problem. It is. It shouldn't smell like rat. And it smell like rodent feces. Honestly, and that's what I'm sensing right now at this present time. It shouldn't smell like that. At some point, you should you be. I mean, at some point, you should be like, "What's the smell? Ooh, check your clothes." I mean, at least do something. Hey, Jay, hold on, hold on, let me see, Jay Gill. At least do something. Just don't sit in your own filth. I don't understand it. And I'm getting tired of it. And it's almost like people don't even realize you stink. You're stinky. I can smell you over here. Now, if I can smell you over here and I'm just, a couple of inches away from you, shouldn't you, in your head, shouldn't you be aware of the funky smell? I don't like that. And I don't get that at times. I really don't. Because if I was smelling my ass, it is time to get some soap and water. We're not walking around in funk. I hate to hit of my underarm pit smell. Look, when I smell, if it hit my nose, oh yeah, let's get some water. After a while, dirt will itch. And people would love to use their hands to scratch a lot of the times. And you guys be careful on the hand shaking because they do have dirt underneath them nails. All that touching and rubbing and scratching. Yeah, you got to be careful because you'll be touching somebody's private part, and I don't like that. Look. Somebody had the nerve to ask me for do I want to try their food? But they were using their fingers to really try to, give me a piece. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know where your hands been. That won't be good for me. Look, let alone you. You're eating your own dirt, if you ask me. I don't like it. I mean, damn, I can see if motherfucker may have had a night or two. Well, just one night. That's all it takes. If you was just a little, lazy. But no, still at the same time, shit. The majority of the time, you shouldn't have to make a mess. Or let alone sit in your own sitting in your own mess of funk. I'm sure people are around here right now in today's time. And from what I've seen I can see why someone wanted to take a shower. I can see why, because they already knew. I've been wearing the same clothes for how long? So therefore I got to get my ass in some soap and water. I see why you did take a shower. And you didn't even ask. You should have said, hey, can I take a shower? You should have said something about that because I don't like that shit now. And look, hey, cigarette, look, my thing is, oh no, cigarette throwing butts. I'm not picking it up. You're picking it up. Okay. Now I asked nicely. So no, I didn't ask nicely at all. I didn't know. I was just like, these butts gotta get picked up. Because I'm not picking them up. I don't smoke cigarettes. At all. I'm just saying, I don't. Hey Hazel, how you doing? I don't smoke them. So therefore I suggest the people that do smoke them, pick them up. Maybe it was my bad because I didn't tell you that we don't allow those type of things around the courts, okay, the estates, okay. See, at some point, you have to look at your house as a kingdom, as a mansion, really, if you ask me, And just know, hey, this is my humble bowl, and I gotta take care of it. Okay. So if I decide to leave up on look, if I decide to leave up on out this bitch, okay, hey, I can get every dime that I'm asking for it. All about what? Taking care of it. That's what it's about. But you know what? What is not? Look, what it's not about is funky people coming around smelling like rat. I don't want nobody. I look. I don't. I know what that smell like. I have been around people that have smell like rat. I have. Yes, indeed. Keep your hands to yourself. It's just like, oh my goodness. I mean, just being around that smell. It's like, oh, y'all got them bad. Y'all got them bad. It got your clothes smelling like it. Even when you walk away, it lingers. I can look. It's hitting. Look, it is hitting me in my nostrils, and not in my face, literally, but my nostrils, and I'm smelling it, and I don't like it. It's the truth. I can't put none of this shit on mute. I can't. I really can't. It's a mess and distress, and I wish somebody could come around and fix it. I'm ready to get the Febreze out. Honestly, that kills odors. Thank goodness I don't have any baking was it baking powder? No, not baking powder. Baking soda. Baking soda. Thank God. Look, thank goodness I don't have any baking soda around because I will offer that and a capsule of bleach. There's nothing wrong with putting a capsule of bleach when it comes to stanky people because people walking around with stanky clothes. Oh my goodness, they'll make you stanky. They sure will. But I don't want to be around it. I'm kind of scared that a rat may just pop on out, or and all over your shit, and then all of a sudden you all in the car with a rat. Oh no, whoo! I can only imagine. I ain't lying. I can only imagine. You know the fumes and it smell like motherfuckers been. The rat's been pissing and shitting on their clothes. That's what I'm smelling right now. That's what I'm smelling. Look, that's what I look. That smell is hitting me all in the face constantly. Ooh, rat smell. Bam. Rat smell. Bam. Rat smell. I'm finna get the Febreze out or some Clorox and spray the couches down. That smell is unbearable, and you can tell that wherever they are letting their heads at, it's an infestation. It is. Y'all know I'm not lying. For your clothes to be smelling like it's rodents running around in it, that's a problem within itself. It is. I have a problem with that. I don't like seeing them. So, you know what? You guys, I hate them so much. I see them in my dreams. That's how bad it look. I am petrified of them. I don't like them. You look, the quickest way to get me at your house, you better not have a pet rat or a guinea pig. I don't want to see none of that shit. They all resemble. Look, they're all in the same damn family. They all resemble. And look, them guinea pigs resembles a rat to me. I don't want to be around it. I'd worry to kill it. Hell no. You got a guinea pig? Oh shit, baby! I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on the porch. Okay, we can have some tea or some pop or some shit, maybe a blunt or two or maybe whatever you may like, to float your boat. But we will not be in your house. That motherfucker's running around on the floor. I may have a bad reaction and stomp on it, and you're gonna be mad at me. I'm trying to prevent that from happening because I don't like things like that. I can't be. You know what? I seen one woman had them all in the bed, all in the head and shit. It was white. You know what color she was? White. She was white. She was very, very white. Because black sisters ain't doing all of that. That's nasty to them. That's real nasty. And I'm not saying that all cordials do that, but some of them eat them. I ain't eating nothing like. Look, baby, I'll pass. Baby, I will get skinny. Maybe I will get skinny. I like to look. I always almost. Look. I get skinny. Just know that I get very, very skinny. I ain't lying to you. Before I ever eat that, And that's the truth. But it shouldn't take someone just going to the laundromat and washing your clothes. If you can do everything else, please wash your clothes. What's so hard about that? Nothing. It's all bullshit to me. It's in them. It look. It tells me that you like to be. You look. You like to enjoy being in your filth in your own. In, could be feces too as well. I don't know, but I don't want to walk around smelling like rat. Or it's like a dirty smell to me. If you ask me, it's like a dirty. It's real dirty. Like then you can tell that ain't nobody washing their ass. And look, and even if they wash their ass, it's gonna be about 4 or 5 days later. I'm not look. I'm not changing. Look, I'm not changing my clothes. I'm wearing the same clothes over and over again. Until they get run down, looking dirty. It's given also that shit here. We ain't got no soap in the house, let alone any dishwashing detergent. Any game. It's only Sun in the house. Anybody look and look. Don't nobody want to use Sun. I mean, that's the truth. Don't nobody want to use Sun at all. They don't. They don't. Mm-mm. And it's also giving roaches. Yes, it's true. Roaches. Roaches. Roaches vibes. Mm-hmm. Roaches vibes. Roaches and rats and lizards and possums in the backyard. If you ask me, I'm just keeping it real. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm. I feel like that's a raven a little bit. Look, it's the shit that I can. Look. Hold on. It's the shit that I'm seeing. Can you guys believe that? Oh yeah. We can, and we can understand it because we know what. I don't fuck with shit like that. I can see you may have a mess, but walking around as you are messy and it look really like you are trash because you're walking around like you smell like a whole trash can or a dumpster, which is so fucking sad because you try to put shit, you try to put two and two together, but at the same time you're failing at that. You're failing at you are failing at you are failing at that too, and it's not a good look at all. It's really not. And you think you're looking good in that cheap shit. It's not. You maybe looking even more. You are even looking. Look, oh my goodness, even more worse than what you already are looking like. And that's the truth. Sometimes we have to call a thing a thing. And if they can't be, and look, if we can't call a thing, what else can we do? It's the truth. hmm Somebody told me a brand of a cheap brand, a cheap brand of a shoe. I don't know that person. Maybe that's just another contributor. Okay, out here. Really an entrepreneur. Okay, trying to get the name out. Okay, trying to get the name out. Duh. And you weren't their brand. Yeah, it's low end because they make it like that. Because we ain't rich, so therefore we gotta resort to that. But I ain't impressed with bottom rhinestones. Now I would like some what is it? Colorasti crystal. I forget how it goes, how you say it. But if you follow me, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, but it's those kind of other crystals, those shiny ones, those ones that look like diamonds. I like those. I don't know the name of those, but I like those. I forgot the name of those. I know the name of them. It's in my head, but I can't think of them right now. But yeah, I like those type of things. I don't know. I mean, the man that she was naming me, but the name that she was giving me, I didn't know who the hell that was. I just considered that it was just another brand that's out there just trying to get their name out. Which it wasn't a bad shoe, but at the same time, it's a cheap shoe. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Yeah, that's not nothing to be. I mean, in your own way, you can think that it's just something to be proud of, but at the same time, in my eyes, I'm looking like, baby, that cheap as fuck. It does. Now I'll be and I will hope that you can handle. I didn't tell her this, but I know she can handle my criticisms. I try to be keeping it cute and on mute a little bit when it comes to certain things. But hey, if you like it, I damn sure don't love it. I don't. I don't. I don't. Mm-mm. But I tell you, look cute on you. And then now, look, on you, it looks cute, baby. Baby, go down and hit the stroll, baby. I see you, baby. Later on, baby. Oh, look, girl, you really working it. And look, it's about confidence, you guys. Give them girls some confidence out there in that cheap shit. Get Get ass some motherfucking confidence. I love giving people that, confidence and cheap shit. Hell, I'm one myself. Ain't nothing wrong with no Ella. Ain't nothing wrong with it giving good old compliments and some cheap ass clothing and shoes and shit. Hell, it's what it is. Thank you. I used to get them all the time. But see, I can make cheap shit look like it came from a high dollar in place. It depends on where I go and it depends on how I put it together. Because I am a fashionista. Yes, indeed. I can dress myself, baby. I can. Don't get me started. Okay? Don't get me started. It may, it makes some pieces may look a little cheap. But baby, at the same motherfucking time, baby, hey, you just don't know what I may have in mind. It's the truth. And I can't put none of that shit on me. Because I have my pictures to show it. You guys have seen it if you've been following me for a long time. Yes, indeed. And look, you guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed my songs that I came up with. I was a little nervous at times when I singing some of the lyrics, so you may tell. But at the same time, I'm still glad that I got them out for you guys to listen to. Honestly, they are not about anybody specific. Therefore, they're just random songs. Artists are just look, and really, you guys gotta understand that people that sing songs and some that are big artists, they are just making up certain things. Some can relate, some cannot. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we are happy that you guys may like them. If not, we still would look. We'll play them till the hill to dawn. Ain't gonna lie to you. And I would tell you, any other, I would tell you the same thing. They would listen so much to their shit. Now, when it comes to somebody else's songs, they'll listen to them. But at the same time, their body of work is gonna come first. With anything. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I love listening to me, even though I'm not one of those big time, stars or, singers like that. But at the same time, I still made myself like, hey, baby, look at you. Look what you doing. Okay, look how you come up with something so quick, fast and hurry, live or pre-recorded. It's the truth. Still doing the same damn. Look, I'm still doing the same damn thing after all these years. Still got it. I still got it. Haven't quit. I would say it done got way better than how it used to be. Yes, indeed. Now I can say that. Now most artists want to admit that their voices may be changing or they don't really got it like that. But baby, I'm gonna keep it real with you because you guys, I am a very transparent person. So therefore, yeah, my voice done got 10 times better, baby. Look, you would think that I went to a vocal coach, but I didn't. I learned by the ear. Sure did. Sure did. Sure did. I learned by the ear. And some folks can't do that. It's not about trying to imitate anybody. It's about doing it. It's about doing it in your own way. And that's what a lot of singers mess up at, trying to sound like the same singer. And what the singer that's up there. You can't sound like anybody else. You can't have their tune. You can only use your own tune that you would bless with. Mm-hmm. That's their problem, not mine. And don't try to go too high. Stay on your tone and your levels. It's all about the tones. That's it. You trying to go up and your voice ain't like that, it's gonna sound very, very like, oh no, you're doing too much. You tried, but you did not succeed at all. You know. I don't know music like that, but I know that. I'm just saying, it's the truth. It's the truth. And then you wonder why the internet be turning your asses up because you're trying to do too much. Look, stay in your range. People will like you if you stay in your range. You could bring your own audience in if you stay in your range. It ain't about being the highest. It's about staying in your range. So the people can connect with what you're singing about, what you're saying. It's all about your delivery when you are singing and you are hitting the right notes, on time. That's what it's really about. When it comes to the bird or the songbirds, So that's for all the songbirds out there. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm not hating on anybody, but it's the truth. Somebody has to say it. If I don't say it, who will? They got to hear this. If not, They will still make the same mistakes over and over again. And they never wonder why. How come I'm not getting any traction to my channel or to my platform? That's why you're trying to do the, you look, you're doing the utmost too much. Bring it in. Stick to your range. Like I said a few years ago, some of them male singers out there, they singing like women. Sing like a man. Sing like a man. It ain't about going high and low and all that shit. It ain't about that. It's about you staying in your range. We already have Whitney. We already have Mariah. We don't need we don't need anybody else. I sung about that too on my page. Hopefully it's still up. It should be up. I don't even know if I put it on here. Because a lot of these times I don't post what I post on Instagram, on YouTube. No, it's a difference. I know why. You gotta take heed. Yes indeed. But yeah, you guys, it's been real. I appreciate you guys for coming through. And can I get some more likes? Thank you. Because I didn't have to come online, but I just had to come online for that because I was just really irritated with the funk and the smell. And it's like, damn, y'all not look, y'all asses are immune to it. I'm not. I wash shit when it's stanky. I just can't lay down in in stanky sheets. What I look like? Look, laying down in stanky sheets, knowing that it should be. Look, if she starts smelling like ass, it's time to wash. If any comforter or sheet, linen smelling like ass, it's time to wash ASAP. It is. You got to. Because if you don't wash, that smell will be on you, your skin, your clothes. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, that smell is gonna go through your clothes. And so therefore, folks are gonna smell you outside of your clothes. And I don't understand, how can you not understand to wash your ass when you can smell like it, the smell is coming out of your clothes? I don't understand that. I don't. Look, as soon as I can smell myself quickly. But it seems like other folks can't smell themselves. And that's sad to me. They older than I am and younger too. But it's like, oh my goodness, you guys are pitiful. Immune to the shit. You guys like being nasty and funky, all in your filth, smelling smelling your sweat and your dirt. I can only imagine how. It's the truth. It's the truth. But you guys, I have to go. It's time for me to get up and out of here. Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it so much. Yes, indeed. Love you guys. Look, you guys be blessed and not stressed, and always to remember to pray, okay, and not worry.